blood up. Literally. Did you know that? Oh my God! Land is pleasure. I don't think there's no nigga take blood in the play with kids like that.
Nah, I don't think he'll step out there.
Like that. Nigga, any nigga try that like that, and you like that, you ain't coming to the West Coast. So, this is the fact. Get the food up there in that thing right now. No, this is a very manipulative, grimy, sick part out here. I'm getting played. I want to hear. I want to hear him going straight up finish. I want to hear him, it could be. I want to hear the nigga go at that nigga.
Good pass.
But you're not going to hear that. You just made
Hey, Trey. Okay, all Kodak is all Kodak. Soft is not going to be respected. So, if it ain't that, thank you with it. So you and Drake gonna say, you gonna ride with me. Don't pull that on nice. You don't do that.
That ain't everybody, bro. You different. You yourself.
Bro, nigga, give me a minute, my nigga. Damn, standing there for 1 second, bro.
One ain't no passion. No, there's no passion, dude.
Nigga talking about, God damn, we just started this shit.
You gonna go at it. You ain't gonna fly. The new bars coming out and do something. I'm willing to do because our whole coach on turn. He might not get caught. He might not get caught. I don't like the nigga, so please do.
I don't think 21 would do that. 21 ain't gonna play that set by
So I'll give you right now, Brock. A rock and roll of that.
The song y'all can play, you probably won't consider it a
different. First of all, anybody consider this time frame is gonna go viral. Everybody gonna talk about it.
The link up top. Everybody knows this. Bro, listen. I ain't about this shit. Y'all, you gotta understand, y'all just getting that time with this beat over the last 6 months, bro. I've been following this.
Oh my Lord!
21. Hey, Brock, let me learn this stuff, bro. This thing like you, there ain't no one label thing out here.
I keep telling you, how it sounds, bro. You have no idea how this brand.
No.
You think y'all know this thing, bro? And this stuff down here, this thing, bro.
No, shit is not driven by music. It's not driven by music, for real, bro.
I know that, yeah.
It's a different culture. Anything that you say something about is a whole section to the ride for. And then that section got that section, and that section. So, I'm rolling with my, it's like, different culture. And certain he said, what?
Got up by the song is called himself.
So he's doing a night bitch.
Just like the list. I told you he took a shot. It's called a sneak mix.
He did a different with a nigga check the nigga face. Oh, man, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean that. He did one of them. Gotcha.
I mean, but bro, that's the same thing Kendrick did with Control.
Nah,
him and Drake on Control. Him and Drake ran into each other and chilled after that. After he did it,
thing, bro. Let's explain.
They was hanging out with each other, bro.
Let's explain something to him, bro. Drake don't even do that. Drake don't want your problem.
You take what drop because you all.
I want two problems, so don't.
When kids are out, bring out, bro.
Look, whenever they ran into each other, this is what I do know. Here's the stage for a problem. Brother got murdered with it. That's what he got with it. So he ain't never.
But when they ran into each other, ain't nothing.
He ain't never break.
Ain't none of that happened. No, they was all
It's a pitch, dog. Let on time, he as a he's a great artist. So he picked on this mountain of back. And no, you would get that nigga. So ain't that. When we talking character as a man, that don't come from none of that. You don't want none of that, bro. That's not even start acting like that. It's like saying Lil Nas X on the issue of NBA Youngboy. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Alright, y'all, there it is. Now, we got criteria for starting beef, subliminal versus first person, direct. This would not be a diss. This would be a slight dislike of what happened to his boy. This would not qualify for a response.
Shit.
These days, man. If you're gonna say a name, you gotta put a name on it. If it ain't directed, it ain't respected. So I think this is enough for Drake, though, because he can understand why nobody want to put their head on the chopping block when it does show some work. And they'll probably do some music soon. But in terms of beef, battle, nah. And it's better if you say
Yeah, you gotta stop shooting, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Just make it's over. Anyway, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Should put an to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, we out.
I'm a pass more than I shoot, bro. I'm a pass it big.
Now taxes is total tax. Including your last first price, and you switch to an expert.
Yeah, bro, you supposed to pass that, my boy. Jeez. Niggas don't know how to play basketball right, bro. It's too easy, bro. It's too easy. That's all you gotta do. Make the open pass, bro. What are y'all doing? He keep going into a bad position. I paint. Oh, no, I don't.
Ain't no black people out here. This is damn shit.
But I just seen Marcus Jordan didn't pull up, man. I don't know why, man. I had that great Colombian waiting for him, man. I had the great Colombian
right there for or ready to go. Look.
Nobody gonna run over there a bit.
I don't want to talk bad about, All-Star Weekend.
This shit not over, bro. We play some defense. We good.
Changes made. There need to be some changes made. This is not the All-Star Weekend.
No, don't pass it to me, bro. Make the right pass, bro.
We've been accustomed to. And, when we talk about ratings,
good shit.
About, global ratings, on-time
charge.
presence, we're not giving the fans what they want. The product is not it. I don't know how media has convinced the NBA that winning was a part of All-Star Weekend, where you're putting people on the team that has winning teams and not
should have made that
player that's moving the needle. Fan voting does matter. The fans are letting you know who they want to see in the game. So the fact that you don't have some of those guys in is a big telltale sign. The dunk contest, 3-point contest, that all leads to the big game. Right? Like it all leads to the big event. And you asked the question already, how come the dunk
that's a good shot.
Down? How come the 3-point contest is not exciting? I think you guys think gimmicks is the thing. No, it's still what made it famous in the 80s, what made it famous in the 90s, right? We fell in love with stars.
Good shot. Bang. Ah, shit. It's all good. You ain't gonna make them all, bro.
When they come to our town, we're going to the game to see them. The guy that we're rooting against, that guy. We're not seeing those guys in these
He was throwing that to the paint.
And that's one of the main problems right now. We're not seeing the guys that we're cheering for, we're buying jerseys for.
Oh, Lord!
You know those LaMelo jerseys, those John jerseys, those Luka jerseys that everyone's buying. We're not seeing those names in the All-Star game. I guess the biggest event will be considered the dunk contest, right? Right, and for the last 3 years, the biggest name that we have is a G League player. That right there lets you know what the product looks like. No offense to Mac. Mac is a hell of a dunker, probably one of the best ones we've seen in years. But he's a G League player. I mean, you guys haven't even fucking gave the audacity to just let him fucking play for a year. Like, that's crazy. Right? yeah. This man is holding up Friday. This G League player who won't even get a chance to play in the NBA. That's sickening in itself. But think about it. Where are the names? Where's the names that just...
Hey, yo, Fabi, bro.
You know, the Zach Levines, the John Morants, the Zions, the Jalen Greens, right? Listen, if you gotta pay out of money, if you gotta pay. Like, to get the integrity back into it, get the integrity back into what the dunk contest is, right? The Michael Jordan.
Yeah, bro, as soon as you were saying that shit, I already passed, my nigga. I mean, I'm just trying to get the ball to somebody, bro.
But you need a rival name to get it going. Ja versus Zion, right there. That people are coming in top for them. So the fact that the last 3 years has been pushed by a G League player.
Shit, we need to get that shit on the string.
I mean, but hey, what the fuck do I know? I ain't watch it. I did not watch it. I'm sorry. I mean, and two. I don't know if I want ex-NBA dunkers rating the dunk contest. And I really don't know if I like that idea. Because sometimes the motherfuckers is a little jaded with their dunk. Like I'd rather just have, 5 fans out there. 3-point contest shooters, some people who can't jump. Because sometimes your ego plays a part into dunking. Castle, one of the dunks was a 50 and Tracy McGrady gave him a 9. You know what? That's something show for $50. And then some of these dunk contests I went back to, I looked at it was the Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine the first year. Going back into it, I'm sorry, I think Aaron Gordon won that dunk contest. And not the ending. I'm talking about with this stuff. It's the little thing that went across, he was doing that shit, and then he came and then caught it and did the 360 windmill off that. 50. Right? We gave it a 50.
Oh, shit.
And then Zach Levine followed it
I
up
thought he about to do some dubs.
with the same gun.
2K.
But no difficulty. You know what I mean? Like
wow, jump
right there. Like I didn't like the idea of that being a fit. Right? That shouldn't have been a fit. Like, you know what? And let me see if I can pull that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Aaron Gordon got robbed, and that ain't gonna hold him.
That's not no time.
It's a good shot. Bang! He was. My fault. I didn't know he was gonna be that wide open, bro. He probably would have made it the first time too. Oh, jeez. I fucked that all up. Hell yeah, he probably would have made the first one, bro. You gonna hold it?
Oh no! Oh shit!
Oh. Come on, G. I got faith in you, though, bro. You got to hit them hoes, Brody. Jeez.
Right? 50. Vertically, y'all can't see this, so y'all got it just right. Right? He gets a 50 for
We might not win, but we can put up an effort.
He did all that. 50.
Instead of quit,
Like a little man with the big head, just happy as shit. Little man, happy.
Oh, time out on his ass on the drive. Good shit, my boy. All the way. It's you.
Right? 50. Okay, now this was my problem right here. Not this. Come on now.
Oh, that's on. Damn, I ain't forgot all about this. I got you. I had to pull up your analog right fast.
Now this is. I don't like this. I don't like this one right here. Can't.
It's a foul, 2K. That's a foul.
For this.
The shit, boy.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I can't. No.
Hey.
Yeah, I can't. Like, yeah. I don't know. See, if this one came first,
Oh, shit.
If that one came first, I give it a 50, right? And then boom, it gets topped with a 50, right? Like boom, boom. But the fact that we see the first one first and this one second, I can't put it on the same playing field, right? I can't give it.
Oh, why you do that? Oh, you did that.
47, 48, but 49 for sure. But I can't give it. I just seen what I just seen. I can't, and that was the only problem.
And that's where I would have, like, I think the dunk contest was won there at that moment in time. But we need that excitement back. We do. So, you know, the dunk contest, you know, Matt 3-time champ. You know, he's gonna be going for it.
Damn, why you niggas can't shoot?
Obviously, but I hope like the Zion, I hope Job, I hope Jalen Green is in it. You know what I mean? So we can actually feel good about watching this. Right? And then the skill.
Take the shit out.
I don't even know why the fuck that is. I was in a skill challenge, right? But again, what the fuck
see why they all got beat.
Like, what skills are we seeing? What the fuck skills? 2-3, coming to like, what the fuck is the skill part of the challenge? Like, this is not what we are expecting. I don't want to see that dumbass shit you got going on. Skill challenge, make it a one-on-one challenge. 2-on-2, like do something. The shit that y'all got going on is little kid shit. I remember when I was doing dribbling around the motherfucking cones and shit. Really? And like I mean, and then obviously, right? You got Chris Paul finding loopholes in his shit, and y'all get mad that he found the loophole. Right? You get mad he found the loopholes inside y'all one-on-one. Yeah, y'all better off having like PE shit, right? Where everybody get a basketball, cover the court, and then y'all try to hit the ball away from each other. You better off doing that shit and let us bet on who the fuck is gonna last the longest. How about that? Everybody just get ball, go, and then motherfuckers sitting there doing this shit, right? Y'all didn't do that shit. That shit seems more intriguing.
Fuck out of
Okay, that shit seems more intriguing than the shit y'all got going on. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I already have motherfucking dodgeball out there with the NBA balls. Who the fuck can get hit? Who's limber out this bitch? Let me big ass like just when you thought the NBA listen, just when you thought, man, the ratings was bad. Chris Paul and Wemby out there with that goofy shit, but it was part of the rules. You're not counting the points. The threes is fucking points. So they say they're trying to get the fastest. Yeah, that bitch like Angel Reese in layups. Just on the shit. Just getting it out their hand. That's all they was doing. Just get the shit out of my goddamn hand. Hot potato with motherfucking jumpers in three. That because they didn't mean shit. But they got their ass squat five. I don't blame them, but they tried it. They tried it. Hey, but look, I don't know if y'all out there.
Throw that bitch, bro.
Start earning. Just watch your video. Interesting.
Y'all niggas, yo, bro, you're ass, bro. You know that, right?
And the father.
You ass.
7
bags from the Foot Locker, just rolling down the street.
This nigga's trash, bro. This nigga was the one who fucked up the team in the first place on G's.
Little kid
Missing all them shots.
just
Crying about playing point guard.
5 pairs of Michael Jordan ones just walking out.
These niggas
in shoe palace, and not one got knocked up beside their head. I was like,
His ass bulldog.
This damn show. Because this is crazy. I stood outside just to watch to see who was going to get robbed.
It was.
Everybody got away. Everybody got away. That was crazy.
Oh, the best nigga on the team.
Just skipping down the street, sitting in bags down eating lunch. Not one person ran, popped, and grabbing those like, what? This is sick. The gangsters got jobs now. All on weekend. You for sure. You for sure. You know how many people get robbed? I don't give a fuck what city you in. Rappers getting robbed, you know, basketball. What? Did not see no, just some holes just walking down, being bodies. Didn't see none of it. Didn't see some of them NBA players, they mamas. Because, you know, some of them don't know their mamas was hoes back in the day. We didn't see none of them ass halfway out, booty cheeks. We didn't sundresses in the middle of the goddamn rain season. We didn't see none of it. It was literally classy. I was
You sound like an idiot.
I was ashamed, to be honest.
You sound like a
Like,
old ass nigga. That's on daughter.
Crazy shit.
Bro, you're trash, bro. Bro, you fucked up the whole team from jump, bro. You was crying about playing point guard. You was crying about not getting the ball. Niggas started quitting. Then you want to try to turn up. Relax, nigga.
Memorial Day weekend in Miami, those outfits is coming to almost 1 week.
You started playing defense when niggas quit.
I think the problem, to be honest, I think like most of the old body waddies, they end up just, I think they end up settling down. They end up getting one of the young niggas pregnant. That's it, you know what I mean? They off the market again, you know what I mean? They got another 18 years of child support. Oh man, I seen Ant-Man, he got one online, man, 38. She's, how come nobody can shut your old ass? So nobody can fuck what you talking about, lady. You want us to feel sorry for you. Take your child support and shut up. Nobody wanted to hear your old ass. We heard that same story 17 years ago. Why do we get so mad at the women and not the men? Because one, he's famous, right? He's famous. That's one. That's the real thing. You just another one on the chart, sweetheart. Okay, you relax. You sit back somewhere. Give the baby his last name and try to stay off the internet so you can keep getting the good child support. All right, when you start running off at the mouth, you know those players do whatever it takes to make them off their goddamn. Get $100 in bonus bets. $5.
So we finally made it to All-Star Weekend. Those last couple weeks were an absolute slog trying to keep up with basketball. And the trades were more so the story. And we got to see a couple new teams. And what better time than right now to talk about the biggest storylines the rest of the way. And I'm not sure if I'm going to title this video the biggest storylines or the biggest X factors. They're kind of one and the same, but I'll do my best to differentiate as we go through. But if we are talking about the biggest story and the biggest X factor, we might as well start with the best team in the NBA, at least according to that rating, which is the Oklahoma City Thunder. and the return of Chet Holmgren. And I feel like we all could have expected him to look rusty coming back.
You talk about
He
double
has looked
spot.
rusty. I don't really worry about him being a rim return. He's one of the best rim protectors in the NBA. But I look at him as, obviously J-Dub has been more proven as a go-to scorer, but they need that extra release valve on offense. When you see the Thunder look bad, it's because they can't score the ball. And not only is he probably their second best shooter after Isaiah Joe, maybe you guys want to give that to Lou Dort. Maybe I just gotta adjust and look at Lou Dort as a sniper now, but in my mind, Chet's probably their second best shooter. Not only is he that, he's one of the only guys on the team that you feel good about him making a decision. And if he can't attack closeouts the same way as before, if he can't get to his mid-range game the way he was doing before, I do think that lowers the ceiling of this team. Because they're going to go through these dry spells on offense and threes aren't falling for Lou Dort or Aaron Wiggins or even a J-Dub, right? These aren't the greatest shooters in the world, at least they haven't been. So they need that other player that can really stop the bleeding, and I feel like Chet is pretty underrated at that. I think about the recent game against the Warriors where they couldn't score at all. If Chet was in that game and he has Moses Moody on him or he has Andrew Wiggins on him, he has the size to get an easy turnaround 15-footer, or he even has the handle to get to the rim in those situations. And if you look at the rest of the team, besides Shea and J-Dub, they don't really have that element. So it's really not even the defensive end of the court where I feel like Chet's the X factor. It's more so, can he be that other offensive release valve for Shea and J-Dub? And I'm not trying to sit here and discredit what OKC has done. I think they're a very good team. Obviously, I think they should be the favorite. I just don't view them as this invincible team that a lot of people seem to view them as. But if Chet gets back to making shots like this, and by the way, Chet is not great at this yet either, right? Yet, we hope it's going to get there. But if OKC doesn't win it all, I would guess it's because they didn't have enough shot creation. So can Chet do a reasonable job of adding that third element of shot creation to this team? Moving on, a name we haven't heard recently because he's been hurt, but to me, he's a big X factor for this year, and maybe more importantly going forward, and that is Jonathan Kuminga. If you look at the Warriors right now, what are they missing besides size, obviously, but what are they missing? They're missing perimeter defense, right? That attack dog on the perimeter. GP2 can only play so many minutes, so they're missing that. They traded Wiggins. Jimmy Butler has been good on defense, but Jimmy Butler at this point in his career is more of a help defender, more of a team defender than that attack defender like a prime Klay Thompson was. So they're missing that, and they're also missing finishing at the rim. Now, we know Kuminga does that part well. We don't know about the other part. There's ups and downs with him on defense. He's not a very good team defender so far in his career. He might be very good if you just give him that role of just sitting him on somebody. All your responsibility in defense is guard this. And if Kuminga comes back, it looks like he looked before he got injured. He looks like a budding all-star maybe, or maybe not even that. Just looks like a very good NBA player. Looks like a starter on a very good team. Then this Warriors team becomes a lot more dangerous, right? If you've been watching the Warriors with Jimmy Butler, you're seeing how much Steph Curry and Draymond Green are like forcing him the ball in finishing situations. Like they haven't had a player that can finish at the rim or, at the right time or whatever. So they're just spamming him with these terrible passes. But another thing that's been happening, and this is again probably more of a conversation for beyond this year, is Draymond Green has been forced into more of a scorer role. If you look at the shots, it's not like he's taking that many more shots with Jimmy Butler, but he's getting to the line more because Jimmy Butler, in large part, is playing that Draymond Green role. And I talked about this as soon as the deal happened, that it kind of would make more sense for Kuminga to be in the starting lineup than Draymond Green, unless Draymond's going to start at the 5, which he has been in the last couple of games. But we're seeing Jimmy Butler in all the Draymond actions. And on the opposite side of that is Draymond Green being forced to be in a finisher role. And to his credit, he's doing that a little bit more. He's getting to the line more. But that would just make so much more sense for that to be Kuminga in that role. Giving Jimmy Butler a real finisher, giving Steph Curry a real finisher. We have Jimmy Butler a better creator, a better decision maker in large part. Less turnovers for Jimmy Butler, more easier decisions. If I'm going to shoot this or I'm going to pass it. Well, Draymond Green's probably going to force some tough passes, probably going to turn it over, right? Jimmy Butler has been playing the Draymond Green role better than Draymond Green. Draymond is forced more into a scorer role. So I wonder how that's going to be when Kuminga comes back. Because we all know Kuminga's up for a big deal this summer. He's going to be a restricted free agent. And now the Warriors really looking for Kuminga, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. To me, I feel like Draymond might be out the door if he can't play 5 full-time, which I don't think he can at this point. So it might make more sense to go get a real starting 5. Let Jimmy Butler play the Draymond role, make him run crazy as an off-ball scorer. I don't know. I think that's very fascinating. I think that is a big part of the rest of this year. What happens with Kuminga? What does he look like? Is he more off ball? He was playing more on ball before Jimmy Butler got here. What does that look like? Because it seems like once again they're going to ask Kuminga to be a different player. Now, after being told not to shoot, I feel like now they're going to kind of want him to take those corner threes. So we'll see what happens with that team. But if Kuminga looks like a budding all-star with Jimmy Butler, I really think it's a possibility. But we'll see what happens here. Let's keep it moving. Next up, we're going to go to Minnesota and talk about a player people love on some nights.
Julius!
But majority of nights, you're going to end up disappointed. I'm talking about Jaden McDaniels. We've been amazing. And no, I don't believe it's a coincidence that it's happening a lot with Julius Randle out the game because he's a natural 4, in my opinion. Naz Reid is also a natural 4, in my opinion. And those guys have been able to play the 4 more with Julius Randle out. And those guys have been amazing lately. So while everybody was blaming Julius Randle early in the season, which was fair, he hasn't had an amazing season for sure. He's not a better player than Cat. He's never been a better player than Cat. So that, conversation is kind of irrelevant to me. To me, the bigger problem with this team had been Jaden McDaniels. Like, they were projecting him to be a player that he has not shown himself to be until recently. And it's still not like they are running through the NBA, but in the month of February, where they have played in 8 games, he is averaging 17 points, nearly 8 boards a game. And the 8 boards, honestly, might be the most impressive part of it. And he's also averaging 3 assists, which for him is a big number. So, as you probably can tell by the tone of my voice, this is not something I'm expecting. It's not something I would rely on going forward, but it does make them a completely different team. I remember earlier this year, I was absolutely astonished at the fact that Jaden McDaniels got his first ever double-double this year. I mean, we're talking about a guy that's been playing starter minutes pretty much since a rookie. This is now, year 5 for Jaden McDaniels? But he went from 0 in his career to 5 double-doubles this year. And I would say since a very, very, very slow start this season, he's been more active all over the board. Career high in steals, career high in boards, almost a career high in assists. He's been a solid NBA wing. He's still not shooting well from 3. He's still not shooting a ton of threes. But this version of Jaden McDaniels is one that the Timberwolves can live with. It's still not the one they want. It's still not the star level player that they might have been projecting him as. But it makes them a much, much better team. I'm not sure what that ceiling is, but this version of Jaden McDaniels gives them a chance against other teams that I wouldn't otherwise feel like they have a chance against. And to me, at least, it also gives them a more clear vision of who he is as a player when they need another playmaker in that lineup. They need someone else that can get him easier looks and not depend on him to go get himself buckets because he can't do that at a clip you would want. He can do it sometimes and it looks amazing sometimes. Other times it looks like he just learned how to play basketball. So I'm not depending on this, but this recent play, if he continues this into the playoffs, I don't want to say I like their chances, but they become a very, very dangerous team. If he can get you 17 points in 9 games, you see what happened last year in the playoffs. A big part of their run was he was knocking down the threes, and then he just stopped knocking down the threes. So we'll see what happens. Jaden McDaniels has turned it around so far, or lately. We'll see if that continues. I wouldn't bet on it, though. That's just me. And you guys notice how everyone so far has been in the Western Conference because the East is boring. The East is vanilla. Everyone kind of knows what's going on in the East. The West is all jumbled up besides OKC. So I'm going to cheat a bit in the East. I'm not going to bring up Philadelphia. I think it's over. I don't even think they're ahead of start. Anymore. I think that's over. I'm gonna bunch a few guys together, and I'm gonna put Cade, I'm gonna put Paolo, I'm gonna put Trey Young. I'm even gonna put Tyrese Halliburton. And Tyrese is kind of cheating considering he's already at the 4 seed and made the conference finals last year. But the overall reason why I'm grouping them all together is, can one of these young stars upset the party? We've already seen what Trey Young can do in a playoff setting. He can win games by himself in the playoffs. I don't really have faith in the rest of this roster right now, considering no Jalen Johnson. So at the same time, I'm not going to sleep on Trey Young in that type of setting. Although we kind of seen what he could do last year as well. They've been on a free fall, really. They are maybe the worst three-point shooting team in NBA history. Can Paolo recapture his form? But even if he does, will they have enough shooting, enough offense to actually go upset someone? I'm not sure. I wouldn't believe in that right now, although they looked very good at the beginning of the year. So I don't know, right? Maybe we see like a superstar performance from Paolo and Franz, who's really been playing like a superstar as well. But to me, the more intriguing one, the more, I don't want to say realistic, because Trey Young and Paolo are more proven as playoff players, but Cade is the unknown. If the season ended right now, they would be the 6th seed. They would be playing the New York Knicks in the first round. Am I going to sit here and lie to you guys and act like I would pick Detroit at this moment? No, I would not. But I do believe we don't know. I do believe Cade might be a superstar player in the making. And could he be the best player on the court in a series featuring Jalen Brunson and Cat? Yes, he could. And we don't even know if that's going to be the matchup, right? They could fall back into the play-in, although I don't think that's going to happen. They are 3 games above Orlando, but they are only 1 game behind Milwaukee for the 5 seed. Then all of a sudden you got Detroit, Indiana Pacers first round. Or maybe the Pacers, like it's all up in the air right now. But the idea of Cade entering into this orbit of stars in the East I think is very much needed. Even though like these are new situations, like New York is relatively new, Indiana is new, Cleveland is new really. It just feels like there needs to be another element in this conference. There needs to be another star, and quite frankly, there needs to be a superstar, because I love Tatum, right? People don't view him as one of those ones. I mean, I think he is. I think he really is, but he doesn't have that perception of him. And then with the Celtics, it's already stale, right? I don't really care in that aspect of it. I think the Celtics are probably like the best thing going in the NBA in terms of having that solidified, turn on your TV, you know who that is, right? The NBA doesn't really have that. With all the player movement, I think the Celtics being the same team, having Tatum and Brown together for nearly 10 years at this point, is actually very important to the product of the NBA. But even it seemed like Cleveland, we think, Mobley's going to be a superstar one day. He's not there quite yet. And maybe this playoff run is his fault. But guys like Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, even Jalen Brunson, great players, star players, but they don't have that, idea of, this guy might be one of the best in the NBA one day. Like, they don't really that the same way as Shea does, the same way Memphis did a few years ago, the same way Giannis did a few years ago. It seems like Anthony Edwards.
That's a fact, bro.
That's a fact. Can't end up being
a good game, my nigga.
But that level of stardom and newness and hope is very important. I think if Cade were to come into New York and upset them in the first round, or even upset Milwaukee or Indiana in the first round, I think that would be a huge, huge story for the NBA, that they have another star going forward. Because in the East right now, like I just mentioned, Tatum's a star, but there's a weird perception of Tatum. Brunson's a star. People put a ceiling on Brunson. I think if Cade at this age, being the former number 1 overall pick, it'll provide a lot of hype for the NBA. And I guess the same thing would apply with Tyrese Halliburton. We kind of seen that run last year. Maybe if he doesn't get hurt against Boston, that's a different series. We see how close that series actually was. Maybe Tyrese can recapture that hype as well. This season hasn't really had that. He's been kind of quiet this season. Didn't even make an all-star team. But maybe he can redeem himself, get to playoff time. All right, now we're going to go rapid fire. I did not expect this to be a 20-minute video. As you guys noticed, all Western Conference really. The East is really Boston, Cleveland, and New York, and Milwaukee. Can someone else come into that party? But the West is all up in the air. So we're going to go to Memphis real quick. I want to talk about G.G. Jackson because before the year started, I felt like he was going to be the main X factor for this team before the injury even happened. Then he gets hurt. And as the Grizzlies always do, they had people step up. Jalen Wells, Jay Huff, they didn't miss a beat, right? Even with Vince Williams missing time as well. But G.G. Jackson last year was a revelation. He was a real shooter on a team that has shooters for sure, but they don't really have real snipers besides Desmond Bain, Luke Kennard, and I guess we can call Jay Huff a real sniper as well, but he's not going to play too many minutes. And you don't want to put Luke Kennard on the court too much for defensive purposes. So having that other real wing size, really a power forward size guy in G.G. Jackson at 6'9", to go with Santi Aldama, to go with a J Hub, to go with Jaren Jackson, the spacing on that court for John Moran to get to the rim, it just becomes a different animal where you don't have to sacrifice defense at all to have that out there. To me, when you look at playing a team like OKC or playing a team like Houston or even a team like Minnesota and having G.G. Jackson out there instead of Luke Kennard, that's a big deal. That's a big deal defensively. If he's going to shoot the ball like he did last year, it's a viable option. He's only played in 12 games. He's not shooting the ball well, but he's shooting the ball a lot. Per 36, he's taking 8.5 threes per game. Hopefully, those start actually falling. Next up, we just talked about Houston. Let's go back to Houston and Jalen Green, who's having an interesting year, shooting the best he's ever shot from three. Still only 35%. You know, at the beginning of his career, I thought Jalen Green was going to be an absolute sniper. He hasn't been that. He's having his worst assist-to-turnover ratio season, which is interesting because it seems like they have more help around him now. But he's turning the ball over more, so I don't understand that part. But it's very simple with this team. It's very simple why I'm saying Jalen Green. If he can be a reliable 23, 24 points a game efficiently, this team becomes a completely different team. This year alone, the Rockets are 8-0 in games that Jalen Green scores at least 30 points. I don't think it's actually just the amount of points, because if you look at those games, in those 8 games, he's shooting 52% from three, he's shooting 56% from the field. No one's expecting him to do that, right? But can he score efficiently on a team that needs his offense? Also, in those 8 games, he's averaging 7 free throws per game. So Jalen Green, to me, is a big wild card this playoff run. He might have a breakout moment, or he might look terrible. Other ones, I don't feel like I have to even really mention Jamal Murray. If Jamal Murray is going to play like this, the Nuggets are absolutely a title contender. If he's going to play like Jamal Murray from the beginning of the year, they're not a contender. It's really that simple, so I don't feel like I have to delve into that. If this is the Jamal Murray we're going to get, the Nuggets should be a clear second favorite out of the Western Conference. It's that simple. And then the last one, a clear X Factor, a guy that's always an X Factor because we never really know what's going on with him. It has to be Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi coming back has been, I don't want to say chilling. Kawhi's trying, right? Kawhi looks decent. He doesn't look like prime Kawhi. There's flashes of it. But it's hard to tell with Kawhi, is he really going all in? Usually when Kawhi comes back from an injury, Kawhi is back because Kawhi doesn't come back if he's not ready to come back. Like if he's not 100, he doesn't come back. And, I guess that's cool, right? But the Clippers have not been playing well. I think this All-Star break is going to be good for them. James Harden and Kawhi Leonard get a reset button. And do we see, actual all-in Kawhi Leonard when we come back from the break? Is he playing more minutes? Is he trying harder? Does he look like he's ready to go for a playoff run? Or do we still see Kawhi kind of, trying to gather himself, gather his legs, right? I don't know, but I'm not going to count out a healthy Kawhi and James Harden going into the playoffs. But we'll see. I think that's where we're going to call the video. I'm sure I could have found some more in the Eastern Conference. I just think we know exactly what's there in the East. I don't think we're going to see much surprises. I don't think many role players can change the outcome of what's going to happen in the East. I think we know exactly what needs to happen for certain teams to win. I'm not going to tell you, Mikal Bridges is an X factor. Like, if Mikal Bridges plays well, yeah. If Mikal Bridges becomes a real 22-point per game scorer in the series against Boston, they have a better chance. Yeah, I feel like that's obvious, right? I guess I can say Mitchell Robinson, right? He's supposed to be back soon. So, yeah, that's a big X factor for sure. But I kind of just want to wait and see that one. Other than that, what am I doing? Kyle Kuzma? We know exactly what we're getting in the Eastern Conference. So, Let me know what I missed. Let me know what you think is the biggest storyline or X factor going into the playoffs. Let me know in the comments down below. Please like, comment, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.
What would you do for $50 million? Would you handle coming off the bench instead of starting? Take the All-Star game seriously instead of treating it like a joke? Would you show up, be a leader, and respect the organization that's making you generational wealth? I know I would. And yet, here we are, with NBA superstars making hundreds of millions, acting like they're owed even more.
I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
Instead of gratitude, they demand trades, sit out games, and even sometimes refuse to compete at full effort, including the teams that pay them, the fans who support them, and the cities that embrace them.
Just be honest, I'm bored. Playing.
At times, it's like watching a group of spoiled lottery winners who never had to work to maintain their lives. And in today's video, we're diving into this entitled behavior, exploring how it's dragging the league down, and asking if the NBA is even watching if this continues.
He's not going to stop this. He'll go to the next organization, and if he doesn't get his way, he'll bump again because he's been constantly warned for the negative behavior that he's displayed. Somebody needs to break his place. That's what we say in South.
He's making 50 still, but no, well, he actually is at 48 points.
You cannot defend this behavior. You cannot. I want to interrupt you. You can't defend this behavior.
Stop. I'm not defending it.
Jimmy Butler is a certified star. The man single-handedly took down a prime Giannis Antetokounmpo, not once, twice, eliminating him in historic fashion. In those same years, he also dragged a team full of undrafted players all the way to the NBA Finals. Within a league where many stars coast through the regular season and disappear in the playoffs, Jimmy does the opposite. He goes all out every game, then, when it matters most, he shifts into another gear, earning himself the nickname Playoff Jimmy. For his relentless effort and drive, the Miami Heat rewarded him. Since joining the franchise in 2019, Butler has signed 2 massive contracts totaling $287.2 million. And you know what? He earned every penny. But fast forward to 2025, and somehow Jimmy Butler's relationship with the Heat is turning into a bigger distraction than a controversial call in the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
We got a problem.
No longer a privilege. Listen, baby, you was sleeping in my room. Now you can't sleep in here no more.
It all started in the 2024 offseason, when Jimmy Butler asked for a $113 million contract extension, but didn't get it. At 35 years old, Butler wanted a deal that would keep him in Miami through ages 36.